6-1 in his last 7 fights as we check out the tail of the tape.
Andres Cordero versus Micaias Ureña. 31 versus 27. Andres in his prime. The height advantage, though, goes to Micaias with 5 inches on him, which, again, I'm a small guy. That is a very big difference. Weight the same. And the reach, again, goes to Micaias, and he uses that very well. But we see the experience, even though the record isn't the best, the experience goes to Andres Cordero.
Our next contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, firing out the blue corner, a grappler with 14 wins and 12 losses from Ecuador, Andres Perro Loco Cordero. And his opponent, firing out of the red corner, a striker and former fighting for the bantamweight champion with 7 wins and only 3 losses from Dominican Republic, the Pink Ranger, Micaias Ureña. The referee, Mr. Oliver Cruz.
As we check out the fighter breakdown, Shorty.
Cordero needs to bring the fight to the ground. Take Ureña's lane out of it. He strikes very well, he moves very well, but for Ureña, he needs to stay active. Don't be afraid of those takedowns. Don't be afraid of the jiu-jitsu. Just worry about your stand-up game, and if you get taken down, worry about standing back up.
Perhaps utilize some uppercuts as well if you are Cordero. Distinct reach advantage for the Pink Ranger. Ureña's only loss in his last 7 fights coming to Ryan Cuse. He's 3-1 in Fighting Force competition, 2-0 in Titan FC, and won his last fight at Titan FC 75 back in April in a unanimous decision victory.
And that was a while ago, so it was a learning experience, and I can tell you, at least watching his last fight was an extreme improvement. We see his movement there while keeping his hand up. So far, Ureña's looking really, really good.
Nice little jab there by the Pink Ranger. Andres Cordero in the blue.
Beautiful outside leg
Micaias
kick.
Ureña in the red.
And we see him using that length.
Ooh.
But can Cordero get the fight to the ground? Is he going to shoot? Or is he going to make it an all grappling contest? That's where, his biggest strengths are.
Oh, boy, nice calf kick. Briefly throwing Cordero off his balance, and now
just timing it
nice
beautifully,
little
too.
Uppercut to the midsection.
That one checked a little bit. But the jab by Ureña, and I think he's taking your advice, throwing those uppercuts in there.
If you're Cordero, do you really want to keep this fight standing up?
That's the factors. Is he going to go for a shot, or is he more of a top-heavy type of grappler to bring the fight down to the ground? By the way, he needs to use his hands to set it up. He can't just walk on in because Ureña's throwing those jabs beautifully. And I think Cordero needs to just walk forward no matter what. Stop throwing combinations, moving back like he is. Stay walking forward, keep that pressure, and break away Ureña's length.
Well, we've seen Cordero go for a few rights that did not land. And whoa, what a kick by the Pink Ranger. And good night, Andres Cordero, as Micaias Ureña lands the kick and pounces on his opponent. Lands a barrage of rights and lefts in a dominant first-round victory. Shorty, that's another story of waiting for your moment. You land and you pounce.
And he stayed patient the entire time. Kept the fight at the distance, and when he was ready, he attacked.
Lightning quick is Micaias Ureña, the Pink Ranger.
Ureña never let Cordero get close enough to even make it a grappling contest. Hey!
And the party is underway as Ureña moving to 8-3 as a professional.
And a great respect factor as well.
Unfortunately for Cordero, it's very difficult when you're being physically dominated, and that's kind of what happened here right from the start.
And we see all the kicks to the outside part of the knee, so it would bring Cordero's hands down, especially with those strikes. But overall, you see, by the time he went to throw a kick, Cordero thought it was going to go down to the leg, put his hands down to kind of block it, a downward block, but the kick came high, clipped him at the top of the head, and down he went.
It appeared that he grazed the top of his head, but it certainly landed enough.
Those are the worst one.
Yeah.
It feels like a clunk, like it's like a little pole in a sense, hitting the very top part of your head. And even though it's so small, it plays a big factor.
And you see how quickly he pounced to finish this fight.
And your winner at 155 in the first round by the way of knockout. The winner, the Pink Ranger, Micaias Ureña.
Santo Domingo loves the results of this fight. Micaias Ureña moving to 8-3 as a pro. You talk about a star on the rise. He's certainly one of them. And as you know, Shorty, in this sport, personality can go a long way. And Ureña certainly knows that.
And when you can put on a performance with that, not just having the personality walking inside the cage, but having it inside, having fun, being a full mixed martial artist, I think Micaias Ureña is the full package here.
No question. We still have 2 title fights to come in the flyweight and featherweight divisions for Fighting Forces. The Pink Ranger celebrates